Ever looked at an app on your phone and just wondered, how did that get there? How does a simple idea become that? You might think it's some kind of digital magic, but nope, I promise you, it's not.
It's actually a lot more like following a recipe. Seriously, it's just a set of super clear, logical instructions that tells the computer exactly what to do. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to walk through that recipe together, from the very first ingredient all the way to the finished dish.
So, here's the game plan. We'll start by talking about the limits of just typing commands live. Then, we'll get into the secret sauce, the simple Python module. After that, we'll check out the tools you'll need, figure out how to actually run your code, and finally, tackle the big one, what to do when things don't work, and how you can refine your program.
Okay, let's dive right in. The most basic way to talk to a computer? It's something called an interactive prompt. You can think of it like a text message conversation. You type one thing, it responds. Simple, right? But if you want to build anything remotely complex, that back and forth just isn't going to cut it.
And this really breaks it down. That interactive prompt, it's awesome for a quick test like, hey, what's 2 plus 2? But the problem is, it has the memory of a goldfish. The second you hit enter, it's forgotten what you just did. A program file, on the other hand, that's the whole recipe. It's like instead of telling your GPS, turn left now, you give it the entire trip from start to finish. That's the real power here. You can save it, use it again, and build something truly amazing.
So how do we get around that super forgetful chat? Well, in the world of Python, the answer is something called a module. Now, that might sound a little fancy, but trust me, it's shockingly simple.
What is a module? It's just a text file, that's it. I'm not kidding. It's basically a digital recipe card where you write down all your instructions, step by step. The computer just opens that file, reads it from top to bottom, and does exactly what you told it to do. Simple as that.
And when I say simple, I mean it. You just create a file and make sure its name ends in .py. That little .py at the end, it's like a secret handshake. It tells the computer, hey, pay attention, this isn't just a text file, this is a set of Python instructions. You'll see this everywhere in coding, like .js for JavaScript or .java for Java. It's their unique signature.
Okay, so you've got this blank .py file just sitting there. Now what? Well, you need something to write your code in, and you've got options, from the super basic to the really, really helpful.
On one hand, you could totally use a plain old text editor, like Notepad. It's like a blank sheet of paper. It works. But you could also use a tool like Idle, which actually comes with Python for free. Think of Idle as a smart notebook. It does cool things like color code your words, which makes everything way easier to read. And more importantly, it helps you catch mistakes before you even run your code. It's a total game changer for sure.
All right, before we even type a single command, let's talk about one of the most important rules in all of programming. And it's this. Your code isn't just for the computer, it's for other humans. And you know who the most important human is? It's you, 6 months from now, when you look back at your code and have absolutely no idea what you were thinking.
This is where comments save the day. In Python, it's super easy. You just use the # or the hash symbol. Anything you type on a line after that symbol, the computer just pretends it isn't there. It's completely ignored. It's your secret note, your explanation in plain English, and honestly, it's what makes code readable instead of just a jumble of commands.
Okay, the recipe is written, the notes to our future selves are in there, it's time. Let's make this thing actually do something.
And believe it or not, it's just a simple 4-step dance. 1. Create that .py file. 2. Write your code in it and save. 3. Open up the command prompt, that little black box on your computer. And 4. The magic part. You just type Python and then the name of your file. That's literally all it takes.
So what does the code inside one of these files even look like? Well, here's a really simple example. First, we're making a few variables. You can think of variables as just little labeled boxes for holding information. So we've got a box called device name that holds the word sensor, and another box called speed that's holding the number 500. Then that last line, the print command, just tells the computer to open up those boxes and arrange their contents into a nice clean sentence for us. And voila, when you run that command, this is exactly what pops out. The computer did its job, it read your file, it grabbed the info from your boxes, it built the sentence just like you asked, and it displayed the result. And just like that, you've run a program. How cool is that?
Okay, let's get real for a second. It almost never works perfectly the first time. That's just part of the game. So what do you do when the output isn't what you expected?
Well, welcome to the world of debugging and refining your code. So let's play out a scenario. You go back into your code, you update the speed to 500, you save the file, you run it again, feeling pretty good about yourself, and the output still says 250. What just happened? My friend, you've just met your first bug. And if we look closely, there's our little troublemaker. The print command isn't actually looking inside the speed variable box. See that? The number 250 is just typed right into the sentence. We call that a hard-coded value in the programming world, and believe me, it is one of the most common little traps to fall into.
But the fix, thankfully, is super easy. We just swap out that static number for the variable itself. By putting speed in there, we're giving the program a new instruction. We're telling it, hey, whatever number is currently inside that speed box, go grab it and put it right here. And just like that, our program becomes dynamic, flexible, and correct.
And this right here, this is the real rhythm of programming. It's not a straight line, it's a loop. You edit your code, you save it, you run it to see what happens, and then you do it all over again. You just keep tweaking and refining that recipe until it's exactly right.
So let's boil it all down. What did we learn? 1. A program is really just a simple text file, called a module in Python. 2. Special editors like IDE are your best friend. They make writing code way easier. 3. All it takes to run your creation is one simple command. And 4, the most important one, building software is a cycle. It's all about writing, testing, and fixing, over and over again.
So there you have it. That's the basic blueprint, the fundamental recipe for taking an idea out of your head and turning it into a real working program. That's a pretty powerful skill to have. So now I've got to ask, what simple idea are you going to bring to life?